What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday morning.
Good morning.
Well, it's morning here in the state of Kentucky. Where is everybody from is how I like to kick this off, or we like to kick this off. Get you over here a little. There we go. That's better. That's better.
Okay. Hello, Mark.
How are you, Mark? Smash that like button, Mr. Awesome. Thank you so much.
He says, who are your top 3 X-Men?
Already?
Wolverine, Storm, and Nightcrawler.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Wolverine, Storm, and Rogue. But I do have a soft spot in my heart for Longshot. Because nobody loves Longshot. Not enough.
I have Justin.
What's up, Justin? How you doing, buddy?
Max from the Netherlands. Lloyd. Mr. Tolliver.
Hey, what's going on, Max? Good morning. Just finished your mapping video. Awesome, by the way. You know I'm from the land of Dracula. I do know that because
that's cool.
I shipped you something, and I remember saying this is the first time I've shipped anything to Transylvania, and that is awesome.
Joel agrees with Nightcrawler. No Psylocke love?
Well, I mean,
just
my lady's present, so
I've heard you say multiple times that you drew her in a bikini.
Not just
multiple times.
It's not my fault that her outfit was a bikini.
It's not your fault.
90% of the time. What's up, Eric? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing. Speaking of Dracula, just finished the Thor reading order. Oh, thanks, man. That was a lot of work. But I have a lot of fun putting those together. What's up, Marvel Bab? Joe Cool, how you doing, buddy? Brazil. Man, you were right next to me. I'm from Peru originally, so. What's up? One of the nicest guys that redonated his gift card, Oscari Aurala. Thank you so much.
Thanks for waking up from a nap.
Love from Malaysia, everyone. It's 12 a.m. here. Much love to everybody, and stay safe. Yes, I hope everybody is staying safe. There, Andrew, you're from Perth. I forgot about that. That's awesome. Western Australia. Matt, how you doing, buddy? My Great Lake Omnibro. You have a birthday coming up in 3 days. Well, let's go ahead and say happy birthday to you today. I'll be doing a live episode on Tuesday, but it won't be until 8 p.m.
Oh, you are?
Well, it's old reader, new reader.
Oh, okay. I can't keep up.
Yes, you can. You know.
I didn't know he was doing the mapping episode.
I forgot.
Until I read comments, I'm like, oh, he's doing the mapping episode.
I forgot to tell you that. Surprise! Brooklyn's here. Omar, last night, my ex was really fun. Was a really fun time. Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man. We argued a little bit, bickered back and forth because we take this stuff seriously, like we're in charge.
And actually, I had fun just lying on the couch upstairs and listening
to a bunch of nerds go on about what needs to be. We need to make decisions. We need to cut issues out of Uncanny XMen Volume 5 or it's not going to work.
Project Viking likes Colossus, Cable, and Nightcrawler.
What's up, buddy? I got your email and I will shoot you one back. I promise. Great news yesterday. Thank you, Joe Cool. I figured there was something there for everybody. We had a Golden Age book, I guess semi-Silver Age book with Cap 3 because that really goes into the Bronze Age. But it literally could map us all the way up to the Jack Kirby Omnibus, which is awesome. And then, we had Cap from Dan Jurgens' run, Cap from Rick Remender. Still wanting my Mark Grunwald, but, one day we'll get that, I'm sure. I mean, there's not... J.M. DeMatteis is another one that I think would be another great run, but there's really not that many phenomenal runs of Cap that I remember.
Okay, Justin would like to see what's on your shirt.
Oh, it's the Dinobots, but made in the art of The Land Before Time.
Yeah. Actually, look, we kind of match because there's black and white and red, and I got Deadpool.
We both
for free from Hot Topic.
We both
it was buy one, get one free.
It's never free. You pay $30 for a t-shirt.
Well, no, they were on clearance. Okay. Mihaly, tomorrow is my birthday. I surprised myself with some missing issues of X-Men with art by Joe Madureira. Man, I want an Omnibus. Good for you for surprising yourself.
He's got Joe Magneto there, but it's Joseph. It's not Magneto.
And thank you, voracious reader. Thanks.
Oh yeah, Melanie had a birthday on Tuesday, and we're celebrating tonight. Zach, that's so kind. Met my ex was the funnest time I've had at 1 a.m. in a while. You're welcome.
Mr. Awesome says, what's your favorite line-wide event? Mine is Infinite Crisis, followed by Blackest Night, which is a Green Lantern event on steroids, really. Yeah, I like Blackest Night.
Infinite Crisis.
Yeah.
Infinite Crisis by far. Every line of dialogue in that fight scene between Superman and Superman Prime. Superboy Prime. Oh, man. I love that. I love that story. And then Batman at the end with the gun. And I don't want to spoil that for anybody.
You just did.
Oh, he has a gun. Big deal. It's not like it's... that happens in every Zack Snyder movie, so it's fine.
Thanks, guys, for birthday wishes.
Yes, Dinobots Land Before Time.
Mm-hmm.
What's in the upcoming Marvel Universe by Cates? It's his stuff from Thanos, Death of the Inhumans, and what else is there? There's a couple of other issues in there. Cosmic Ghost Rider. It doesn't include the Guardians of the Galaxy because with a Volume 1, we're assuming there's going to be a Volume 2. Oh, and it's got Silver Surfer Black, too. Gonna get that Kingdom Dino. Oh, yeah, I am, dude. Yes, I am. I do have an MP Dinobot because I'm an idiot, but I need MP Tigertron. But I'm trying to not buy everything at once. What's that called? Budgeting. I'm trying to budget.
Yeah, Maddie can teach you about that.
No, she cannot. She's on live shows buying things.
Joseph said, I almost screamed when I saw Cosmic Ghost Rider Omni. That's great.
I'm happy
you
for
know
that.
what I screamed this week? When Billy on the Street mentioned they might be giants. I was like,
it's like her two worlds are colliding.
I was so happy.
What's up, Dickens from France? Dude, right, Joe? I mean, I can't... Other than Grunwald and Zek, I really don't know what's left from that run. I mean, I know Stern had a little bit, but it wasn't a big run, or John Byrne, you know? So I don't know what else they could get into omnibus format. But regardless, I'm excited for the future. I mean, that's a lot of Captain America we have coming out. 80 years. Hey, Omar, any thoughts on Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme Omnibus? I have a lot of thoughts. Number one is I regret selling my Omnis because I had all three of them and I sold them like 4 years ago because I thought to myself, I was going to go the epic route. They seem to be pumping this material out faster. And then they kind of put a halt on that and made it 2, maybe 1 a year. So my thoughts are, if they come out with more, it looks like I'm going to have to be going back and buying those again. Budgeting, is that even a real word? I mean, people budget, right? Also, happy belated birthday, Melanie.
Yeah, thanks again, guys, for all the birthday wishes. My last year in my 30s.
Yeah. We better make it good then. What did I think of Brian Michael Bendis' event Leviathan? It was okay. I'm glad Manhunter was used. I'm surprised they didn't stick Brian Michael Bendis on a Batman book, honestly. I don't know if y'all read the 100-page specials that they released in Walmart, and they had a collection. But his Batman was pretty fun. A lot more than his Superman. I become Maddie during my Zoom meetings. Thank God I don't have a mechanical keyboard. Man, Maddie just crunches like she's angry shopping.
She's just that strong. She's Wonder Woman. She can't help it.
Scratching keyboards. Never read any Cap, and the Remender book looks awesome, so can't wait to get that. It's gonna be interesting. I'll be looking at all the content live on Monday. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm shooting for 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have to take my mother-in-law to the doctor, but after that,
that's what I was about to say. I was like, what? I don't know what the appointment is, but
I haven't finished X of Swords yet. I haven't finished it. I am on chapter 14. I think there's 22 chapters. I'm trying to read Spider-Man because we have old reader, new reader. We're doing Spider-Man worldwide, so that's what I'm trying to finish first.
Lots of people have been mentioning the suit videos. Makes their wallets cry and comments like that.
Thanks, thank you, Art Walker. I really appreciate the super sticker. You both look younger than your age.
Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's the heart. It's the last thing to age. Omar, have you listened to any Doctor Who Big Finish? I have not. My buddy Jeff, who introduced me to Doctor Who, sent me a bunch of audio books.
That was so much fun.
You listened to a couple, didn't you, with David Tennant? Of the audiobooks. I remember you listening because you had a couple of them. But no, I haven't.
So much fun when he came up and showed us that. Oh, I like how Project Viking puts birthdays. Congratulations on yet another successful tour around the sun, Mel. That's really cool. That's poetic.
Really? Oh, yeah. Look at that with the pretty words. Thank you.
Oh, you changed your picture.
Yeah, that's good, man. You're looking more and more like Booster Gold, brother. Any progress on making new contacts at DC? Not yet, but Dark Horse finally got back to me and about a couple of things. The biggest questions I had, and I'll bring this up later so I don't forget, is a lot of people have been asking me about Harrow County Volumes 1 and 2, the Library Edition. So right now they said they're focused on the Omnibus. And the Omnibus, if you're not familiar with it, Dark Horse are the softcover Omnis. So that's the format they're focused on for Harrow County. And then for what was it? Berserk is going to remain on Evergreen because that sells too well, they said. Hellsing, they said that they don't know yet. Hellsing this might be the last printing of Hellsing Volumes 1 and 2. They're going to wait to see how sales are for those. So, she said, what did Kate? I can tell you exactly what she said.
Oversized said, "Oh man, Omar, I'd read that."
She said, this might be the last time people get to, let's see. Hellsing is also receiving a reprint in later January. So Hellsing is going to get a restock, but the remaining stock after that, it really depends on sales. So if people think they might want them, they should probably invest in a copy when it comes back. So that's for the Hellsing Deluxe Edition for the people that have been asking me. So I don't know if that one's going to be evergreen or not. They don't know yet. But at least Berserk is going to be forever in print. So in case you miss it.
Forever. The year 2050.
Yes. Because he still won't be done.
Oh, that's true.
We're still going to go back on a boat.
We'll stick with you.
I was on a boat for 10 years.
Thankfully, I wasn't.
I'm envious of you people that got on a boat and then got off the boat within the same month. Me, I was stuck on a boat for 10 years. Berserk, by the way, is the manga that I go on about. And it was on hiatus for ever, in between chapters and then volumes. So for 10 years, they got on a boat to go to this fairy island. And that's how long it took to get there. And I remember when they landed, I'm like, Jesus, finally, we're here together. Batman Omnis, which is the best? Loeb, Dini, or Snyder? I like the standaloneness of Dini's run. But if you've not read Loeb's run, it's a lot of fun, man. Batman Long Halloween is right up there in the top 10 best Batman stories ever. And it retcons Batman Year 2, I realized that, but it's so solid.
Somebody's at the door. Here, why don't you get...
Hi, Omar. How far into Uncanny XMen in terms of omnibus volumes do we need to read before reading Excalibur? I got you, Luis. That would be Fall of the Mutants. Right after Fall of the Mutants is when Excalibur kicks off. And if you read all the way to there, you're going to be fine. Because you'll see all these, what happened to these members. Except some of these stories haven't been collected in omnibus format, which is what we did last night. We were trying to map the 5th one. I'm with you, brother. Been on that boat, right, man? There's some of us that have been on this ride for a while with Berserk, but we know. I don't want to hear people complain about other books and hiatus. Y'all don't even know the pain.
Hey, at noon, can we open mail for me from one of my students' parents?
No. Omar, when are you gonna have your first Omnicon? Omnicon. Wow. Can you imagine that? Nothing but omnibus. But no, it has to be collected edition con, right? Because I'm not biased. I like, obviously, trade paperbacks and manga. That would be fun. No comics, no single issues or CGC allowed. You know what I mean? People would piss off. a lot. Well, CGC is an investment.
Different cons for different folks.
Right.
It's all good.
This is like literally like a really small, I don't know, it's growing, I think. I mean, the numbers of graphic novel sales are up this year. And a lot of that, I'm sure, has to do with COVID and people being bored and want to relive their childhood. But Albuquerque, what's up, Gary? How you doing, buddy?
You know what? Look, I'm going to show anyway. It's art. This is original print from a student's father. That's amazing.
Cool. Is he
Jealous.
tell him to hit that like button.
He's
Hi to the amazing couple of the freaking internet. All the love from India. Thank you so much, brother.
Thanks.
There we go. That's what we'll call it. Collected Epic Omnicon. Yes.
Arturo said Nearman Con.
Nearman Con. But then collectors will be like, I'm not going to go to that. I only like my stuff when it's mint condition.
Oh, that's true. We're advertising. It's Nearman. That's good enough. I mean, it's meant to be
just
read.
The entire chat meeting up at a convention. I'm okay with that. Yeah, y'all come over.
That would be cool.
We'll get some drinks and talk about what we can get printed and how we can take over DC. Yo, Omar, you think nag David about Thor Volume 1? Well, he was in the chat one day and he mentioned that might be one of the reprints they do for a Silver Age book. So, David Gabriel roundtable. That would be a lot of fun. He would be so like when he shows up in the chat, people are like, at David. He's like, and he texts me and he's like, I can't keep up. How do you do this?
It's hard work. That's why I'm taking a little bit of break. I'm kind of letting you get the questions.
I'll only go to con
if
you
Krispy
okay, yeah, we'll get some Krispy Kreme, man. We'll get some Krispy Kremes. When will we hear about Daredevil? I don't know what you mean.
John.
My 8-year-old nephew is getting into Venom. Any recommendations? They have these little Venom. By the way, that's awesome. That's a great age to get in the comics. They have these little graphic novels, like small-sized books called the Marvelverse books, and they have one for Venom. Like it features like his first appearance, but it features like also Spider-Man Adventures, which were kid-friendly stories based on the cartoon. And I think they take out all the violent stuff, right? Like the idea of Eddie Brock trying to commit suicide. Like that stuff is taken out of there, right? Because I mean, that's some heavy stuff. I mean, it's part of his origin. And when your nephew's old enough to understand these things, like, or he might be, I don't know. Some kids are more mature than I was at 8.
It always amazes me in Home Alone that he's supposed to be 8. I could not imagine my daughter at all doing those things in Home Alone. Going out buying a toothbrush on his own? No.
Lydia, yes. Alicia, I don't know. Yo, Omar, when will we hear about the box set? Well, David just texted me yesterday, and the box set has been pushed back, so I have to wait for the next catalog. So I can't say anything, but it is coming. There is another box set coming. Hey, Near Mint fan. Much love from Las Vegas. I love Vegas. My buddy Gabe lives down there. Shout out to the Omni Bros Live. When I went to Vegas for work, I would go and see him and hang out with him and go to all these comic book shops. DC has already announced some of the creative teams on their post-Future State titles. Any thoughts? Yeah, my thought is, hey, we're not closing door in June, right? Like people are saying. Let's be a little more hopeful.
I can't get this over.
Yeah. Probably won't. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, there probably won't be any live Comic Cons until late 2021 or 2022. But it gives us something to look forward to, right? You all don't even know. As soon as, man, I can't wait to see people. Like, I miss people.
That's why I didn't have it out all the way. Luis was asking, did you already answer this? Oh.
I do have to comment on this. Marvel needs to give Nam some love. Yep, I agree. We had one collected edition, right? And then I think, what's up, buddy? There's my buddy Gabe. There's one collected edition, and I think there were issues with the Punisher crossover. What was the
keep going up. Oh no, I can't find it. Okay.
Yo, Minties, hi. Stan Comic Dealer, greetings from Germany. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you from Kentucky. C2E2's tentative fall 21. I know there were some cons that just said screw it and decided to open, but they were being like people. I saw people wearing masks. I don't know.
It's my opinion. It's way too concentrated. Somebody said I miss the smell of BO.
Nobody missed. Nobody. Dude, there were people.
If it's worth it to go to a con.
Okay, yes, I get it. I do too.
Like if we were able to, it's worth it.
I miss the smell of strong BO that is so bad that it makes me think it's me as I'm walking around the con. I'm like, oh Jesus, is that me? And I'm like doing a quick sniff, and I'm like, okay, no, we're still good. Definitely somebody else. Not all heroes wear capes, but some of them smoke weed. True. Omar, why are you making Marvel print XMen Omni 5 into 2 books? What the heck,
That's
man?
what it was.
Guys, if we want it all, it has to be 2 books. I stand my ground. I mean, Reilly said that it would be 1 thick book, but we're still going to leave things out. And you all, I think anybody that watches my channel knows me so much that I have to leave in everything. Because how are you? I told my wife this when she was reading my Uncanny XMen Omnis. She's like, I don't want to really read this Man-Thing story. It's boring. And I'm like, bull crap. Because how are you going to appreciate the good stories if you don't go through the bad ones?
I can still appreciate it.
No, you cannot. Life doesn't work like that. Just like I made my daughters watch Dragon Ball Z. And my friends are like, why are you torturing them? Why aren't you watching Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Oh, well, that's not torture. I mean, yeah, it's boring and slow,
dude,
it's
the
not
Planet Namek blowing up in like 8 episodes. But, you know, they were asking me, why didn't you let them watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is the edited version, more condensed? I was like, because you're not going to appreciate the good stories. You got to go through this crap.
So Dime Breed Collector says, I miss the disgusting bathrooms and $8 hot dogs. Remember when you haggled?
I haggled for a hot dog.
Was it McDonald's at the con?
No, it was the hot dog stand.
It was the hot dog stand. So you were in such in the mode of haggling that you went up and said, will you take
I had
like 5 or whatever?
This is something I taught so many people when I joined the Omnibus collectors group. Like I remember Jess Omni Dog, my buddy. What's up, Charlie from England? He was talking. He wanted to buy my Superman Man of Steel hard trade paperbacks because I had the custom bound.
Oh, I remember.
And he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, what's your PayPal? I want to get those." And I was like, "This is not how we do things. First of all, you need to offer me something so I can make a counter offer, and that's how we start the haggle." How do you not know how to haggle? I had to teach him how to haggle. You just inspired me, dude. Here's something I learned a long time ago, though. Like,
are you going to tell a McDonald's story?
No, it was a hot dog story. I told you.
No, the dude that would go to McDonald's and he'd try every time to haggle.
Right.
And sometimes it works. And he was like, "Well, just try. It doesn't hurt anything."
What's the worst someone's gonna say? No.
You were trying to get me to haggle at the con.
Oh my God, you're horrible.
It was the last day, and I was like, I don't know, let's say $5. I was like, I've only got $5. We take it. He was like, yeah. I pulled a 20 out accidentally. I was like, I can't lie.
You're such a horrible haggler.
$5 for a hot dog. What a rip.
Nothing beats the soundtrack and some of the voice acting. Right. Gotta learn, man. Go haggle, man. If you haven't gotten lunch yet, go haggle for lunch. You might get kicked out and banned.
Really?
I don't think so. You can haggle at McDonald's. That dude is my hero. I will never forget that quote because he said, "What's the worst that can happen? They're gonna say no, right?"
Yeah.
But the people when you haggle at places like that are like, "This isn't happening. This isn't real. What? No one's ever."
It's cool when somebody's like, "Wow, you got some balls. Let's sure you can have it for what, $3, you know."
What's up, Singapore? Somebody was asking for a petition to make Mark Waid JLA Omnibus, and I agree with that. Hi guys, smash your like button from Poland. Thank you, Andrew. I like your apocalypse picture there.
Somebody's asking for Superman reading order. Is that January?
No, that's going to be 2 months long, and then it will be sometime next year. Probably March of next year.
Because you have so much to read.
Well, I'm going to put it up on our Patreon. Let them vote it out between Superman and XMen.
Oh, okay.
They can vote what the next reading order is going to be. But regardless, both of those are going to be 2 months long. There's just a lot. Yeah. So I promise that will come.
Especially when you're just doing it in your head. You don't write things down.
I was telling Peter that
Like,
yesterday. I was like, you were so smart because Peter has been doing this blog for about 20 years. And I'm like, I never thought about writing things down because it's all in my head, like how I keep things together, how I know something is not where it belongs. And Peter had been writing it down. I'm like, it wasn't until recently, until my Patreons were like, hey, can we get a written documentation of this? Oh, yeah, I guess I can write it down.
That would be helpful.
Melanie's looking at Melanie.
Sorry. I didn't even know you're doing your X-Men episode last night. I shouldn't think I know when things are.
Wow, people are really calling me out on my my thoughts on Uncanny XMen. Omar, you're a sick man for suggesting Uncanny XMen Volume 5 be broken up into 2 books. My wallet can't handle it. Don't give David any ideas. Well, I'm sure those books have already been mapped, right? Though every one of the X-Men stuff has already been mapped. They've got that already worked. We were just having fun with it, like what we would do if we were in charge of it. But my decision stands with, I mean, if we're going to throw issues of X Factor in there without making an X Factor Volume 1 omnibus, then they have to be 2 volumes because it's just way too many issues. And there's enough material for 2 books. There would be about 800 to 900 pages long.
Charlie Loyal, going in for an operation on Tuesday. If anyone wants to send good thoughts, prayers, vibes my way, I'd be grateful. Yes.
Yeah, man, You got our prayers, brother. I hope everything goes smooth.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no shame in asking. Reprint of Captain America.
Wait, Batman Returns Christmas movie?
Absolutely.
That's a good idea.
I just introduced my daughter to Die Hard, my 11-year-old daughter. Oh, my God.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she did. Because my daughter's she's 11 and she's going through that horror phase, right? Like where she just watches nothing but scary movies and horror movies. And I went through the same phase. But I wanted her to watch something else other than that, right? And she liked it. Because I was like, what did you think? She was like, I liked it. It was a lot of action. It was fun. And we were talking about Alan Rickman, how great he was in that final shot. I don't want to spoil Die Hard, but the final shot was...
It's not spoiling. It's old.
It is, and I think everybody knows, but just in case they haven't watched Die Hard.
I haven't.
But how genuine it was, because I told her what happened was they literally dropped him, and he didn't know. So the facial expression that he makes as he's being dropped is genuine, and that's why...
Alfred Hitchcock right there.
That's why it looks good.
I'm gonna really scare you. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. How about some love, respect for the Omnis, OHCs that never wear Fear Itself, Chaos War? I can't think of any others.
Sadly, if it wasn't written by Mark Miller or Brian Michael Bendis, there's a lot of those events that happen. Chaos War doesn't get enough love. That was Greg Pak. Very similar to the Necrosha storyline, where a bunch of dead characters from the Marvel Universe started coming back. But I would love that. And Fear Itself. What was the other one that is... Oh, gosh. I did a reading order of all these events. I can't remember what it was now.
Can the eye of books... Can the eye of a book spine be changed? Somehow mine came out crooked.
Yeah, they do that. Sometimes they warp a little bit.
So how do you change it?
Well, sometimes, how much has been read, or sometimes it's just you get a bad batch.
Is it going to relax?
You're learning way too many terms. The spine?
Yeah.
I mean, once you close it, it's fine. It's when you open it up, sometimes it gets... I think I have a couple that do that it's not like an eye, but they are warped to like the left or the right. And really nothing you can do about that. There's no fix for that. But, I mean, as long as it's not coming, like the page bunches aren't coming off of it, you're fine.
Eclipse says, I don't think Alphanate Crisis got an omnibus.
What the hell?
No.
Already? War of the Realms currently is out of print. And I'm going to email David my list on Monday of all these books that are out of print. I think he knows of XMen Omnibus Volume 3. That one, I think they went for an emergency print.
Project Viking.
Be good, brother. And I mean, there's a bunch. Videos for Most Wanted or Most Anticipated for 2021. That will come out probably in January because I want to get that final list from Marvel in the catalog before I do my Most Wanted XMen Omnis, my Most Wanted Marvel Omnis, my Most Wanted DC Omnis. Omar, loved your collection video. Are you doing your Most Wanted poll soon? Yes. As soon as I get it in January, we'll do it then. Like as soon as I get the final list this month, I'll probably put up a poll in January to see what everybody wants.
Charlie
You got
says,
it, Charlie.
thanks, guys. And thank you for the super chat, Mario. When are we getting the breaking news video for the new Spider-Man Omnis?
How do you know there's going to be any, Mario? All right, you super chatted me. There will be some. That's all I can say.
Cool.
I mean, it could be anything. Like page bunches. If we're using proper terms, do you mean the signatures? Okay, so I've heard it called both things. And I know some of you guys, I love you guys that work at actual binderies and have taught me so many terms. And then you guys get into a fight when another person has worked at a bindery and they called it something else. It reminds me of working at a warehouse, and I would call it a pallet. I don't know if you all know what a pallet is. It's those wooden things that you put boxes on. That's what I call a pallet. And this other guy that came from northern, like from New York, was like, "What the hell's a pallet? You mean a skid?"
Now, I've never heard skid.
And I was like, "What the hell's a skid? You mean a pallet?" So we got into this argument about the terminology. And it's funny when you guys that worked at a bindery look at my comment on my videos, and they're like, "Oh, the term you're looking for is this." And then another guy chimes in and is like, "No, that is not the term.
It's
He's
like
talking about this."
Regional things. Do you say pop, soda, soft drink, Coke for everything? You know, I say soft drink, which doesn't make any sense.
In South, they say Coke. What type of Coke you want?
Yeah,
that's my favorite question I've ever been
Oh,
asked there.
sometimes I say soda.
In the South, what type of Coke you want? Don't give up on Absolute Carnage, Green Lantern. I'm gonna see what's going on with that damn book.
We see that every week. You guys talk about the Absolute Carnage. Omar says, "LOL." Yes, both are interchangeable. In the UK, they say pallet. wait. It's called soda. Where is? Somebody said, "Okay, I work in a warehouse, and I have officially been activated by this discussion."
Right. I don't know. So it's interesting. And then we had somebody else call it. I can't remember what the hell they called it, but I've always called it a pallet. Like, go put those boxes on that pallet. Get those boxes off that pallet.
What about wooden thingies?
No, nobody calls it that. Michael, how you doing, buddy?
Wait, Melanie's looking at Omar seemed like trouble. When did
She always looks at me.
I don't remember why.
Alcohol is hard soda. It's hard.
Oh, soda is soft. Oh, okay.
Oh, hard drink, yeah.
I just think it doesn't make your mouth soft. It's all tingly.
Hey,
well,
guys.
Thanks again for another super chat.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for the super chats. They help pay for shipping. It's been wonderful. I hope everybody, by the way, overseas got their prizes. I think I've gotten a couple of pictures already, and we've been tagged on a couple of Instagram stories or something. I can't remember, whatever that is. But I hope everybody got it. I may have accidentally sent somebody a book, so please ship it back to me. That's my XMen disassembled hardcover. I was supposed to do an overview of. And now I gotta be like David. And David, remember when David texted me, "Did I ship you my Conan book on accident?" And I'm like, I don't think so. Now I gotta be like David and be like, Did I ship you my XMen disassembled hardcover I was supposed to do a video on?
I mean, look at how many books you handle a day. I mean, yeah, you're gonna mess up at some point.
Do you think we'll get newer AVP stuff in the Omni as well, like through World War and Fire and Stone, Life and Death? Absolutely, that stuff will come. There's no way. It's a new license for Marvel to start printing these older stories. So I think much like the case of Conan, they're going to try and knock them out. So one of the comments I've seen on my videos about when I did the Conan announcement of Savage Sword Volume 5 was, why is there so much Conan stuff? And I think a lot of people know is that this is a paid license that they have, right? They only have it for so long until they either renew the license or someone else outbids them.
I learned something today.
And if somebody else outbids them, then there goes any chance of any reprints of Conan. So they want to get it. And if the license costs a lot of money to get, then of course they want to sell as much as possible to make it look like, hey, look, we paid this much for this license, but look how much we made. Mm-hmm. It's worth it. So that's why there's so much of it. And I welcome it. I love Conan.
Just really quick. Ace said a pallet is the wooden one and skid is the metal one.
Really? Well, somebody need to teach this dude. But I never heard it called a skid. What do y'all call it? A skid jack? Because I called it a pallet jack. Anyway, any Nick Spencer Spider-Man Omnis collections coming out already? I'm digging the current
Thank you,
arc with
Mr.
Senator,
Carver.
and thank you so much for the super chat. That's something I haven't seen in hardcover format, is the Nick Spencer stuff. And people ask me every week just about Nick Spencer's run. I haven't seen it.
Somebody's asking, where's a good place to start with Deadpool? Sharebear 421. Is the Deadpool Classic Omnibus a good starting point for newbies? That's a good question.
I would
So
start.
now you have an answer.
Well, I would start with honestly, his very early materials collected in the Deadpool beginnings, but you don't have to buy that if you have X-Force Volume 1 and Deadpool and X-Force, because everything is in there that was in Deadpool beginnings, with the exception of the Nomad issue. And Nomad was great. But Deadpool by Joe Kelly, I think, is a great place to start. And eventually move into the Cable and Deadpool omnibus, because that, to me, is the perfect freaking omnibus.
I don't want to answer this one. Sorry. Elias? Yeah, Omar, how can you justify to yourself to spend a lot of money on comics, as I feel very guilty when I buy stuff? My opinion is, as long as it's not harming, responsibilities, getting in the way of paying bills and stuff like that, or preventing you from having any savings built up. I mean, I don't think you should feel guilty, because as long as if it worked itself into your responsibilities, then yeah, feel guilty. What do you think?
Whatever my wife said, happy wife, happy life.
No,
I'm 100%.
You're really good at it.
I've always been really good at budgeting things and being able to sell things to afford other hobbies. I've always had multiple hobbies: collecting toys, collecting Transformers. I used to collect statues, now they're all gone. Collecting movies, collecting video games. So whatever I'm out of, I usually sell to support the hobby that I'm into. And like, I've sold a bunch of my video games, sold a bunch of my actually all my Marvel Legends are now gone. Every single one of them are gone. And every time I see those Hoxpox Marvel Legends, I'm like, nah, you almost got me.
They're out to get you. In all seriousness, do we know if Marvel still has the off license?
No.
I mean, it can't be worth much these days.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They don't even have the Godzilla license, right? Which is one of my most wanted books that I would love for them to print, was the Marvel Godzilla stuff. But they don't have that. Mm-hmm. Oh, what an awesome freaking comment. At the rate David gets these Omnis out, can we put him in charge of the vaccines?
Yeah, you should tell him that.
I'll tell him that. Omar, please, Ultimate JLA. Please, 3 Ultimate JLA and Crisis recommendations. I have read Final Crisis and no JLA from Morrison and Snyder. It feels good. Till now, Marvel boy. You haven't read Mark Waid's run? I really like Mark Waid's run. I really enjoyed Joe Kelly's run on JLA. Infinite Crisis, to me, if you've not read it, is the best DC event. But it looks like if you haven't read Blackest Night, get into the Green Lantern stuff.
Ace has
Tower of Babel.
Ace Smith says, justified by saying that you're supporting artists, small publishers, local shop owners. Your money is going directly towards funding the arts. You're feeding families, not corporations. All right. That's a good point. If you'd rather buy comics than make sure the lights stay on, there's a problem. But that goes for anything. Apparently Sony is working on an Alf film, and DC is trying to get Alf.
Are you all starting rumors? So David's like, not this time, DC. Where's my Godzilla versus Barkley Gallery edition? I love Rebel by Design's comment. That might be the best comment I've read today. That's awesome. Yo, we'll get an absolute edition if DC gets it. I just read Infinite Crisis for the first time last week. Didn't really like it. You're dead to me. I'm just kidding. You're not. 52 has been much better so far. I loved Infinite Crisis, man. What they did was phenomenal. The miniseries the one shot that led into the miniseries, and the miniseries leading into the event, and everything revolving around there. It was like, it felt so good to be reading DC comics, because it felt like they were talking to each other. The people that were running Superman were talking to Wonder Woman editors, and Batman were talking to the Villains United editors. that felt like a big thing. It was so awesome. You hardly see that in comics. Where, you know, hell, I mean, look at Dawn of X. Even in Dawn of X, there's a little bit of confusion sometimes as to some of these characters and their portrayals. So that I think that's why it means. And I loved it. I loved the event. I loved everything about Infinite Crisis. IDW have just bought Alf, so sweet hardcovers. We come, y'all spreading rumors.
Hi, Lionheart.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? I'm flabbergasted. I love that word, by the way. We don't use it enough in this house. By the new Star Wars Omnibus coming, I would rather a volume 2 for Star Wars and Vader. Well, and I think Green Lantern was asking if that's the only omnibus. So we're getting 2 Star Wars omnis next year. So far that I've seen, and that's Dr. Aphra and the Legends, Knights of the Old Republic. So hold on, I think they're going to wait to see the sales on those books to see if they can, if demand is high enough to get a reprint of Darth Vader or a volume 2 of Darth Vader and a volume 2 of Star Wars, which would be, I think, the Greg Pak run, or was it Charles Soule that took over? I can't remember. I think it was Greg Pak that ended it. Go ahead.
You said you like the word flabbergasted. I also want to start using the word jabberwocky because of Schitt's Creek and Myra. Using it as just an exclamation. Jabberwocky. Blah, 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 blah. That's it.
What is your opinion on the WB releasing all their upcoming movies in both theaters and on HBO Max? Does it really surprise anybody that the WB and AT&T are pulling a move like that? I mean, here's something, and this is just my personal opinion. If they don't care about local comic book stores, which is a lot of the moves that they've shown lately, I mean, that's what it seems like, then why the hell do they care about movie theaters? It doesn't seem like they care. It's just money, right? I mean, Wonder Woman 84, I'm sure that movie was projected to make at least $500 million, is what they saw. I have no idea how much that's going to make on HBO Max. I mean, it's free. You don't even have to pay for it. That means they're counting on the signups for HBO Max to make up the loss. That's a huge loss. So I don't know. And I don't know how much longer Disney can hold on to Black Widow before they put it on streaming. I say by spring they make a decision. That's something Amanda and I are going to talk about when we do our movie show. Go here.
Schitt's Creek was filmed in your hometown. That is awesome.
Are you in Canada, man? I didn't know you were in Canada, brother.
That's
I haven't seen Mulan yet. I haven't asked Amanda if she's seen Mulan. That was the big joke on our. You know what the oh god, can you pronounce that?
Pulchre to the.
What is that? A Harry Potter spell? What is that?
Didn't know it was. Oh, tell us what it means. Okay, I'm going.
I was okay.
Any chance of reprints of Jason Aaron's Wolverine Omni and Wolverine and the XMen 2022? Love the channel. Thank you, Promise One.
Thank you. Wolverine and the Omnibus. Wolverine and the XMen Omnibus was voted in our top 10 most wanted reprints, and they have reprinted 5 of those. No, 6, including Inferno so far. So odds are, in the favor of it, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it's still Marvel's decision. It's not my decision. I just give them what you all want, and you all better start voting for Tomb of Dracula Volume 2, because that's the one I want. Nobody voted for. I think what I say? I think out of all of them, we got like 22 votes for Tomb of Dracula Volume 2, and I was so heartbroken. Like, well, I guess it's me. I remember Chris voted for it. There's a couple other people that voted. I'm like, we need to start our own little network of like hashtag make reprint Tomb of Dracula 2 and 3.
There's more love for Alf, isn't there?
At this point,
Sarah wants Captain America reprints volumes 1 and 2.
Are you talking about the Silver Age caps? Is that what you want? Since we're getting a third one? That's what I meant to ask you earlier. And go to that question. That's it. Any news about Ven Omnibus Volume 3? I know that David is trying to make that restock happen. So that's going to come. I don't know a date yet.
Tyler Hacker, he has read 68%. Was that the number you said?
Yes. 68%. That goes down every time I get a new package and I can't find a book that I may have shipped to somebody. I can't believe I did that.
Daniel's voting for Dracula this year.
You don't have to. You all vote for whatever book you
Greg
all want.
Garloo. I want Tomb of Dracula, Monsters Unleashed, and those Marvel Monster magazines from the 70s.
Oh, that would be awesome. Joint Tomb of Dracula 2.
That's the only way.
That's the only way we're going to get it.
Sergio wants the Silver Age.
Okay, the Silver Age ones. Okay, I'll ask, because I know we're getting a new Kirby Omnibus when he came back to the book. And then we're getting a reprint of Brubaker 1. I'll have to see about those. Reprint Ultimatum Ultimates 3. No, Gabe! I think more people want Ultimate Spider-Man, brother. That's the one I get bugged about all the time. And I think that one's the one that David's fighting that's like, he wants to wait for an anniversary. And I'm like, now's the time to strike, David. We gotta, how many would it take? 4 to get us to Death of Omnibus?
I thought you were looking at me, but you're looking at, I was like, I don't know.
If they do 3 OHCs per Omnibus, and there's 12 OHCs, basic math will tell you that's 4 Omnis. So I think Silver Age Cat Volume 2 is expensive. Tomb of Dracula 2 over my undead body. Nice, Michael. Tell David to start Blade line of Omnis. Oh, is there enough material for Blade, though? You know what? Let's do. Here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna kick it off with the Ghost Rider Omnibus, the Danny Ketch one, and I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people that want this original Ghost Rider, the Johnny Blaze. But Danny Ketch Ghost Rider that leads into the Rise of the Midnight Sun. So then you'll get the return of Johnny Blaze. You'll get the Night Stalkers, and you'll get all the other stuff that surrounded that area of the Howard Mackie years of Ghost Rider, including Blade, who's part of that team. You're welcome. Midnight Suns, baby. That's right. That's a phenomenal artwork, man. Remember, like the one that's in the Ven Omnibus Volume 1. What is that? The Spirits of Venom.
What about Dazzler, Epic or Omnibus?
I'd be all over an Epic. I mean, we just need one Omnibus for Dazzler.
Oh, JT says.
Hold on, let me take. So, I've said this on the channel many times. Black Panther's coming. It's just a matter of time, and when it comes, it's going to be 2. Now the question is, which 2? Do you go with the classic McGregor run? For me, my personal pick, Christopher Priest's run on Black Panther to me is the best Black Panther. But I know that Reggie Hudlin's run is a lot easier to get into the character. Priest takes a little bit because there's like different layers, and his writing style is a lot different than Hudlin's. Hudlin's more action. So I think they may go, if they go classic, they go with the McGregor stuff and then give us the Reggie Hudlin Omnibus before a Christopher Priest. But I would rather have a Christopher Priest Omnibus, honestly.
Okay, so JT is waiting on the shipment.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I gave you the
tracking number?
Yeah, I know when I ship something to Canada, they got held up at customs for some reason. But if you've got the tracking, keep me updated, brother. You should be getting that soon. Any news on if Reign of X will be collected in the same format as Dawn of X? Do I need to buy X of Swords by itself? X of Swords will not be collected in the Dawn of X, I don't think. I think it'll just be a trade paperback after it's done being an oversized hardcover. And I'm sure Reign of X will be collected the same way. Thank you for the super chat, brother.
Thank you. Excuse me. What do you think the best Alex Ross comic is?
Kingdom Come.
I still regret. You want to hear my 2 regrets in life?
Oh, you just have 2. I have so many.
Not buying the Alex Ross.
Joker?
The poster with the Joker and he's behind Harley Quinn. I really like that picture. My second regret in life is not buying from the Disney store this poster from or print or whatever of Jack Skellington when he sees the Christmas tree door and the look on his face, and it was made up of scenes from the movie. And I was in college and it was $90 and I was trying to be responsible and I didn't buy it. But man, I wish I had bought that thing. The more you know.
There you go.
That's
Now
it.
everybody knows. See, Priest, and Tanahashi's not finished with his run though, right? I love that dude's name, Ta-Nehisi Coates, because I can actually pronounce it because of Colbert. He was on the Colbert Report.
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to say.
I like his run. I really that intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. It's freaking awesome. That is my kind of story. But yeah, Alex Ross, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I love Marvels. I think everybody that watches my show knows how much I love Marvels, but Kingdom Come, oh my god, that was a whole new level, man. Black Panther will just be epics ported over to Omnibus, much like Morbius and Miss Marvel. We shall see, Brian. We shall see.
Elias, and I've seen the comment before, is talking about how it is you were very instrumental in, getting Omnis and the sales. And actually, I'm going to answer for you because I know how humble you are. Oh, where is it? He was saying, is David giving you credit? Just having a connection, I think, is
oh yeah
your reward, right?
I was telling my wife, this is a little personal, but I've been sharing a lot more personal stories since my since my Thanksgiving episode, but I don't mind. I feel like we're all a family here. So I was telling my wife, for a kid that when I lived in Peru, we used to have these terrorist attacks and we would have blackouts, and terrorists would just randomly shoot up a home with people, families in them, and you always hear about it in this. And it was like they would put up a sign, like their own symbol, like it was a burning hammer, is what they would put up on a mountaintop to let the people know, the government know, that it was them that did it. So whenever our neighborhood had blackouts, we always had the fear of, people coming in and shooting and killing us, which is really weird, right? Because my daughters will never know of that type of life. Never. And when I look at my life now, it's nothing like that. But I remember thinking, for a kid that used to sit there in the dark and
you were thinking about the heroes and
to escape what was happening, the reality of sitting in the dark and my mom holding us.
A hero would come and save you.
Yeah, something like that. It means a lot to me that I have a connection now with the company that made these characters.
Because you had no idea when you were a kid doing that this would happen to you.
Right. So it sorry. It feels wonderful just enough to have a connection, is what I'm trying to get at. So that's my reward.
Yeah. Thank you, Lionheart. Hey, chase your picture. Omar, Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. What would Luke's answer be if Vader asked him to take his mask off? COVID-19 were in the Star Wars universe.
No. I'm trying to do the responsible thing. Something like that.
I should have given you a kiss at the end of that story.
Oh, you don't have to. Thank you. Hey, is Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2 out? The reprint is not out yet, Dwight Schrute. It's not out yet. That comes out in February along with... Did you say
Dwight Schrute?
That's his name.
Oh.
Comes out in February along with Untold Tales of Spider-Man, which is the one not to be missed because that freaking omnibus is awesome. That's the Kurt Busiek one.
People are saying thanks for sharing.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Personal stories and yeah. Which is your favorite XMen and SpiderMan story? I gotta pick something other than Mike the Knight. Parts 1, 2, and 3.
Nobody knows that. Was that J.M. DeMatteis or Howard Mackie?
I don't know. I was a kid.
God Loves Man Kills for X-Men, and as far as Spider-Man, The Kid That Collected Spider-Man. Those are the two.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, it's good. X-Men, just the whole Astonishing XMen Omni, did a review on that. It just makes me happy to read it. Spider-Man, I'm gonna say, what's that one? It's Michael Straczynski, and you sent me one of the panels.
Yeah, that's the JMS run.
Just that's what it's called.
The Yeah, everything but One More Day and
Okay, yeah.
and Since Past is solid from that run. Omar, why are you hiding your love for CrossGen? I don't hide my love. Still have my Jimmy Chung Scion over there. And want an Omni from the masses. They'll still love you and buy one in support. Dude, but all those stories were not finished, right? Like Scion and Sojourn, they never finished. So I don't even know how that would be collected. I guess they could collect the untold stories, the unfinished stories of CrossGen. I mean, they do have Jimmy Chung, and Ron Mars could come back and write some of this stuff. I love that era, man. That was such a great era.
Let's see. JT says, thanks for always being so open with us, Omar. This is the realest channel, and we love it for it. No, realest. That's how I'm going to say it. Well, Lionheart gave me a compliment. Thanks. I got done for my birthday. Got my hair did. How did you and Melanie meet and become a cool comic book couple? Cool.
She used to hang out with my brothers, and I was a little bit older than her.
Dated one, tried to date the other.
And she kept it in the family, huh? Well, and I was undisposed of at the time as far as dating. I couldn't date because of certain relations with someone else. But you know, things happen, and then we went on a group trip together with friends.
But it was just me and you first. They couldn't join in Gatlinburg.
Which is in Tennessee, and then
we started dating.
We started drinking, and our feelings came out.
No, I didn't.
I started drinking. Her feelings came out.
And so I was interested in comics. I loved his collection of figures and anime and things like that. So we had a lot in common, and just became friends first, and something just like clicked.
And then she wouldn't date me because she knew the type of person I was. And then
there was other reasons. There were other reasons.
We ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that. That was a real powerful story, Omar. Thank you. That it's something I don't really think about a lot, but it's part of what made me. So I mean, it's there, and I hope nobody else goes through anything like that. Or was married to a woman. I was indisposed.
Omar know how to talk pretty that day.
That day, I tricked her.
Man, we went on a date to play putt-putt golf, and you were pretending like we didn't know each other.
Oh yeah, I came and picked you up
at the door of the hotel room. That's a lot of fun. I want to play putt-putt golf again.
Yo, Omar, here's for being real. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Sorry if I brought up something a little too personal. Nope. I think it's okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing personal stories. I think it's gotten to the point where
unless I embarrass you.
Well, I think anybody that watches my overviews of Omnis, when I do an overview of an omnibus, I always add in my stories with these books sometimes. So I think it's okay. I think we're past the point of here's a story. Here's a story. La,
la, la. I don't know that song for Phantom of the Opera.
I was going to say we're past the point of this is XMen. Let me tell you what happens here. It's more of like I remember when I picked this up at the grocery store. So we're all friends.
Thanks, JT. I date the pretty woman one day. Oh, and he went out. Yeah, I couldn't decide to date him, and he went on a date, and I was like, nope. You're dating me. You can't date anybody.
Women. Omar, speaking of JMS, are we getting a Spidey JMS Omni Volume 1 reprint? I am not at liberty to say anything about that yet. Thank you for the super chat, Jose Fuentes. Hi, Omar, Melanie. Great job in mapping Uncanny XMen Volume 5 last night. Please let it be one huge. For the sake of everybody, I hope it's one big omnibus.
I think I completely understand in terms of money. However, it's just difficult to read big books. Somebody's mentioned earlier they like to collect, I can't remember what, but not omnis because they're just so big.
No way. Go big. Go big or go home. These are big books, baby.
Yeah, Project. Okay, Project. I know.
There's my buddy. Left. There's my buddy. Sir Leonard Nimoy's music career. I love looking at this. I just click on your questions every time because I love that picture of Leonard Nimoy, who apparently is not knighted.
Well, then there you go. Everyone get that picture.
The
and click on your
Brits took away his knighthood. When will we know about the new epics? Soon. I'm trying to get that list from David, and he said they're almost done with. Things keep moving around, so soon. Promise.
When we say goodbye.
That's what we were just talking about. So yeah, I don't have the full list yet, because there's things moving around.
Does it bother you if I hum
yes.
while you talk?
One Piece Omnibus would be amazing. They did that, didn't they? The 3-in-1s? Oh, you want it in hardcover, oversized. Oh my God, dude. How many volumes would that be? They're almost up to 100. Let's say they collect 4-in-1. Melanie, what is that?
A 4-in-1?
A 4-in-1, and there's 100 volumes so far. Do the math.
Four is. Oh no!
100.
I thought you guys. I was like, quad. It stands for 4. Are you asking me to name it?
Music to Watch Space Girls by is Leonard Nimoy's best song. Guess what we're listening to?
Yes. Have you guys heard William Shatner, Ordinary People? Oh my gosh, I love that song.
I jogged to that stupid song.
It's not an original song. He joins in on a version.
Any more breaking news anytime soon? Yes. So I'm sure you all have noticed when I do breaking news, Marvel has decided to, let me do one at a time or talk about a specific volume coming out in the future. That's the way that they wanted to do it, and I respect that. So that's cool. And when I can announce 7 at a time, I'm more than happy to. When I can announce the reprints all at the same time, I can do that. But it's all up to them. And I do have a couple of more announcements.
Project Viking says I'm everywhere like the wind. I'm Odin. I forgot I could watch the show on my phone. Well, wait a second. You got to stop to type. That will be your...
Unless you're driving.
Oh, no, you're not jogging. You're walking your dog. Okay, never
Omar,
mind.
will there be more reprints announcements for Marvel coming in the next year, 2021? Lots of love for you. I would really like to meet you so I could thank you in person for your work. Oh, thank you, Dean. Yes, I do have more announcements. It's just a matter of when I can say them. So there are definitely, I know, 3 more reprints, and that's just all the way to September. We still have October, November, December of next year. So we still have 3 months left that those even haven't been looked at. That gives me a lot of hope for all these omnis that I'm hinting at that I know a lot of you all want.
Omar loves big books and he cannot lie.
Let me tell you all this little this is how I got this to this is how this happened. Well, ultimately it was Marvel's decision, but David sent me a list last year of the upcoming omnis, and we're still waiting on one of them. And one of them is Infinity Crusade. And Infinity Crusade is the last omnibus in the trilogy of the original Infinity trilogy. So Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Crusade. And we voted on Infinity Gauntlet to be reprinted last year. And I snuck it in. I said, with the coming of Infinity Crusade, I think it'd be a really good time to reprint Infinity Gauntlet. And I remember him emailing me back going, yeah, that might be a good time. And it came out and it went and you all bought it up. So good job, everybody. I hope there's more restock of that. Just so everyone knows, InStock has Annihilations up. I ordered one. It's already been picked and scanned, so they definitely have it. There you go. Thank you so much, John Carlos.
That's a public service announcement. Blackwing was asking, you can vote for reprints?
We do it on our channel, and then so what happens is once a year I do a most wanted reprint Marvel list that you all want. We put it up on our social media, and together we gather. Well, I'm going to try to make it easier this year. I'm going to get with Amanda to try to make it easier for everybody to vote this year that doesn't have social media, for example, that just goes to YouTube. And I share that information with Marvel. And last year we had five of our books printed. This year we've had 6 of the 11 printed so far. Omar, without
Tim
revealing,
has a good idea.
Omar, without revealing the Marvel list, you could do a live episode with your Omni shelves as a background and just make space where things are being inserted. I think a lot of you all watch me very carefully ever since I hinted at Annihilation reprint when I was doing the different kinds of collected editions. I think it's a video I did. And I told everybody, I'm not flexing my Annihilation Omnibus reprint, but this is a thank you to all of you that watch all my videos. And then like 2 weeks later, I announced the Annihilation Omnibus reprint. So every once in a while, I'll sneak something in there to do like a size comparison.
You can't vote on reprints. You can only vote for Tomb of Dracula.
That's right. I'm just gonna
reprints.
I'm gonna make it a vote for this Tomb of Dracula Volume 2 reprint. Yes or no. That's it. That's all I recommend. Any update on the current Black Panther run? It needs closure. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Tolliver.
Thank you for the super chat, brother. I think there's supposed to be 3 more issues left of the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are asking for a Ta-Nehisi Coates Black Panther omnibus, but it's not done yet. Like, it's on hiatus. Hey, Omar and Melanie. Can we hope for some Iron Man love? New omnis and reprints, the old ones. They have been out for a while. We're getting the Dan Slott Iron Man run in omnibus format. I'm surprised they did that instead of the Kieran Gillen run. And then you just have to summon Alf, didn't you? Thanks, guys.
Hey, Omar,
That
why do you hate me so much?
Thanks. Appreciate that, JT. I'm so behind on my DC reading. I'm just over halfway through the New 52. Should I give up and start Rebirth or should I pander? Me as a completist, I like reading everything, regardless of. Oh gosh, that Wonder Woman run went to crap too. I hated that run. Flash run was okay. Scott Snyder's run took a dip, and then it was like that. Superman got a little bit better, honestly. Yeah, I say keep going with it. Question to the group that collects both omnis and reprints: what makes you pick one format over another? What an excellent question. Oh, me? Okay.
I already gave my 2 cents about the ease of readability in terms of bulk, but I like the way I worded that. But I get it. It's a nicer. Omni is a nicer format.
It's oversized artwork, which I like. It's to me, I enjoy reading it in that format. Epics are just a way to fill in the gaps. To me, epics are the perfect way to fill in the gaps.
Oh, there you go. Okay. What's the best Sabretooth story? This, before you answer, it just reminded me, we got fan mail from Kid Flash, so thank you. And he says he's always catching up on the lives. So I guess he's not on here. Otherwise, he would have said hello.
Love this guy. He's
so
such a kind guy.
We've got, he's got a good outlook on life. And we've got a note here, but I wanted to show you this.
Go ahead, babe.
I was going to show you too, because you haven't seen it yet. Okay. No, I am not Sabretooth. Arrgh, quick, just put me on the fridge. Because if you send us pictures, we will put it on the fridge.
That's right. And you can send us fan mail to New York Mint Condition, P.O. Box 1678, Versailles, Kentucky, 40383. Or Versailles, Kentucky. If you live in Kentucky, that's what we call it.
Okay.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, Kid Flash.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody that
has
sent us fan mail and just thank you notes and stuff like that. We love it, and we love opening up stuff here on the show. So
yeah, sorry, I already opened up in the car because I wanted to see what it was.
So what's the best Sabretooth story? Yeah. I think to me, I love the Larry Hama 4-issue miniseries with Mark Teixeira. Is that how you guys told me to pronounce his name? I love that 4-issue miniseries. And, we get to know more about Birdie in there. I really like those issues of Larry Hama's run in Wolverine with Mark Silvestri, where there's a DNA test done, and it's got Cable. So what is that, issues 41 and 42, where you're led to believe that Sabretooth is Wolverine's father. That's really good. I really enjoy those. Sorry, there it is. Teixeira. So Mark Teixeira.
And Energy said Versailles.
Teixeira. Thank you all.
Teixeira. Shakalaka.
Thanks, Michael. I can always count on you to lead me the wrong way. Graham, you're an old soul, dude. Aren't you? How old is Graham? He drew the Wolverine picture. Aren't you 12?
You're one of your parents, like
Is this
using your name?
Is this
and then
Graham's
just asking?
dad asking for Iron Man Silver Age Omni reprint?
I said parents could be the mother, possibly. Omar.
Get that thing away from me.
They asked for more Alf Puppet.
Best Sabretooth story. Sabretooth versus Psylocke in the X-Mansion because of that Joe Mad art. And dude, that one shot was awesome too with that chromium cover. Remember that? That led into that? Or I'm sorry, that was the aftermath after he, the Psylocke. Oh, yes.
Oh, I think I figured out how to work it. His mouth's really difficult to move.
Okay, creepy. What time is the show on Monday? I'm very happy about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Omnibus. I'm going to try to make it at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 p.m. So in the morning or afternoon, whatever. My mother-in-law has a doctor's appointment. I'm going to take her to, and then afterwards I'm going to jump on and do the show. Any advice on going into the Clone Saga of Ben Reilly? I just got all the epic trade paperbacks. Thoughts and prayers? That's the advice. I always say this on my show. The Clone Saga is actually enjoyable. Like, if you look at the Clone Saga Omnibus Volume 1, you're gonna have fun with it. You're gonna be like, man, I don't get what everybody's talking about. Why does everybody hate this story? It's not until you get to Omnibus Volume 2 that you realize, oh my God, there's 3 more Omnis of this stuff. And it's the same thing over and over and over. Whew. And it's not until Redemption that, or Revelations that, it comes full circle. Breakfast of Champions. Thank you for your super chat. What's up, Near Mint? Our volumes 1 and 2 require reading before getting Uncanny XMen Volume 3. P.S. Ever read Asterios Polyp? No. Are you the one that commented on my video? Because somebody else recommended that to me, so I'm gonna try to get it. Because a lot of people last year asked me if I had read it. Or no, the beginning of this year asked me if I was reading it, and I hadn't read it yet. So I need to get that by end of year so I can make my list of the top 20 or top 10 books I've read this year. Are they required reading? Not really, but as I was talking to Curtis last night on our show of Matt My Ex, I think when somebody asked me who my favorite X-Men character was, I always say Wolverine because it's, honestly,
yes, it is.
It is. True. But the right answer is Storm. The growth that character has is amazing, and you don't appreciate it until you read all of it. Because by the time you get to Volume 3, Storm's a badass. She has no powers, and she's taking down villains. Like,
yeah, that's what you said last night.
And to appreciate that, you have had to read the way that she was during the giant size days, right? That night, and I don't want to say naive, but just it's such a different character, and there was so much. She wasn't
a goddess yet?
I don't know, not the way that she acted. To me, I know people didn't like the mohawk, but I think when she got that mohawk, lost her powers. Think it's
cool and gorgeous.
That was like the goddess Storm. That to me was just so badass. And I remember Kitty cried because she's like, "You cut your hair." Like, bitch, slap Kitty, get out of there.
All right, Graham says, wait, I had it up there. Graham says, I am 12.
I did not. Graham said he's 12. Is this Graham's dad typing? Is it because Graham, you got to be an old soul, 12 years old if you want Iron Man Silver Age Omnis. Man, that's awesome though. If you are, it's actually me.
Oh, just believe it.
All right, I believe you. I believe it. Then after Omar's show on Monday, check out Omni Bros Live. Yes, we go live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Omni Bros Live.
JT wants you to have fun with Alf.
What does that mean, JT? Where do you want me to? No, don't answer that question. Never mind.
Oh, favorite storm is Sauron storm. How do you say it?
Sauron. Yeah, Sauron. Yep. That picture by John Byrne made me realize the type of I was a young kid.
What type
the body type. The body type. I'm like, well, damn, I guess I'm one of those dudes. Dude, she had curves on her.
Booby storm. Why is that so funny?
That was long before Psylocke, too. So, yep. Thanks for letting me reminisce.
Booby.
It's all John Byrne and Terry Austin.
Okay, what about Miss Marvel Omni Volume 2?
Well, my daughter would agree with that. We want one too, boy. Yeah.
Make it happen.
Hey, Omar, don't you agree that Marvel needs to release some She-Hulk epics from John Byrne's run? Yeah, I do. And honestly, the epics will be more complete because it won't just be the John Byrne stuff. It'll be the stuff in between.
Oh, wait. Melanie really nails the out voice. I looked it up because I was like, I want to impersonate it.
It's the, what's his name? The guy that did Lorenzo. Is it Lorenzo?
Remember.
Lorenzo Lamas? Not Lorenzo Lamas. It's the guy that did
I want to eat some cats.
Peter Venkman's voice and Garfield's voice.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I think. Am I right? Let me know in the comments down below. Lorenzo something.
By the way, if you're enjoying this live chat, please hit that like button. Please.
Lorenzo Music. Thank you. I knew Lorenzo Lamas. No, I knew I was wrong, but I knew I had his first name right. True dedication from Melanie.
I got practice. Graham equals Graham's father.
Okay, I think we have another alias in the room. Omar equals David. Graham equals Graham's father. Is Cap Silver H? Graham's asking for these old stories, man. I'm so proud of you if you're 12, dude.
No, stop.
I think it is out of print, but it's not that expensive as Volume 2. Volume 2 is more expensive.
Can we get Fuller release this video with Alf Puppet for April the 1st? Yeah.
Oh, wait. I need
to
somebody. One of you fools made this, and I gotta share this with you all. So I gotta email myself and then download it.
Oh, Lorenzo Music, but he wasn't Alf, is what Mr. Awesome said.
Oh, he wasn't? I really thought he was Alf.
Paul Fusco?
Okay. And is he still alive? Paul Fusco? That is?
The collector says Epic's just killing it in sales. Is that just because they print more of them? I figure we should answer some. Go back to comic book questions.
I think so. Yeah. I think they're printing more and a lot more people are buying them too. So everybody wins. Like I mentioned before, the Venom Epic Collection is the highest selling Epic Collection they've had. And that opens the door for other stuff from the 90s, like Deadpool Epic Collections, I'm sure. Thunderbolts Epic Collections, Darkhawk Epic Collections, New Warriors maybe Epic Collections. But there you go.
Omar, why is the DC Omnis in stock print longer than Marvel Omnis? Does Marvel underprint or is it just bare sales? So talking about DC, the Absolute Editions? I didn't think DC had Omnis.
Yes, they do.
They do?
DC Omnibus? Yes, you've read some.
When we were doing the...
So why does...
Well, that's what I get for thinking I know terms.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I was trying to be actually person.
This is a question that
actually.
This is a question that I get asked often, and I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Why does Marvel Omnis go out of print and DC stay in print? Because a lot of people don't have faith in DC. I mentioned this before, but we live in a world where the Marvel Horror Omnibus, an anthology collection of different stories from different magazines and comics, outsold Batman by Scott Snyder, Volume 1. Outsold Batman by probably the best Batman story in the last 10 years. Not in my opinion, but in a lot of people's opinions. That's because, there's a couple factors. One of them is that a lot of people didn't have any faith that DC would continue that line. We still don't have a Volume 2 of Scott Snyder's run. So, I mean, there's a little truth to that. And a lot of people have more faith in the Marvel brand. That they're going to release it. It's going to come out. So, they print, if anything, they print more than DC does. But the sales are just better. Because people have faith in the Marvel brand. And they're the collections that people need. Because they know if they do a Marvel Horror Omnibus, they're going to release a Marvel Horror Lives Again. And then Marvel Horror Returns next year, perhaps. So, that
next year, perhaps.
I remember somebody, I can't remember if it was Rob Liefeld, somebody was talking about how Marvel prints 13%. Like the excuse is DC's excuse for Marvel outselling them is like, well, they print 13% more than we do. That's a ridiculous statement. Then print more books. Then give us more. That's it. If your excuse is they sell more because they print more, that's like a childish excuse. Go and make more books. Print more books. Give people what they want. That's my 2 cents.
Well, and it's logical. It makes sense. Hey, I've started using the term sus. Is that what the cool kids do? 328 peeps, but 160-ish likes. Seems sus.
Thank you. Yes, please smash that like button.
I guess unless you're just feeling mediocre about it and you just have us on, then, I mean...
Or you're watching us from your TV.
Be genuine. Yeah, that is true. I watch a lot from the TV. We had a question about other hobbies earlier.
I saw that.
Besides comics. So art, yeah, I haven't drawn in a while, but I've got some beautiful pictures of things that my husband has drawn me over the years from my classroom, my favorite video game characters, and just silly pictures and things like that. Me as Sailor Moon and our daughters as
I forgot about that
Sailor Chibi Moon and Sailor Chibi Moon. And so yeah, but you've been really concentrating on the channel for the past few years.
This has become my hobby and my job. So
I have a craft room. I asked a couple of years ago, can I please have the upstairs tiny room? So he moves downstairs so I can have a craft room. So I like to cross stitch and make things out of perler beads, geeky stuff to decorate our house. And
they're awesome though.
These actually I made stands for. Usually they don't have stands. I used to write, not so much anymore. Sometimes journal. Is that all I do?
There's a couple
exercise.
questions.
Seriously, exercise. Okay.
Good.
Okay, I'm done.
Why is DC overstuffing every Omni now? Each one is like 1,500 pages. Honestly, I'd rather them do that than not release them and cancel it. Green Arrow, if they promise me a Green Arrow Volume 2, then hell yes, the more the merrier. And, people gave a lot of crap about the Batman Scott Snyder Omnibus build, but that one wasn't too horrible. I think it's breaking in the spine that takes some work, and I think it's fine afterwards. I don't mind big Omnis, honestly. As long as they're...
Because you got the guns for it. Show it off. Yeah.
Okay, no. As long as they don't fall apart like my 52 Omnibus. But that was years ago. Omar's David aware of the amount of epics that are going out of print. I'm going to send him the current list that I have, but I got to get with Curtis on that. So, Curtis... My boy Curtis from the Epic Marvel Podcast overlooks my list, and he's like, oh, you forgot this. Or he always... Because the list of out-of-print Omnis for me is so hard to put together these days because something is always constantly going in and out. And in my opinion, what is the best Batman story? What a great question, Gabe. The Tinian run, Detective Comics, man. I love that. That run is phenomenal. 100%. David Munoz, thank you so much for the super chat. Marvel Omnibus are just better made, in my opinion, which leads to my reminder that an Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1 reprint is very much wanted. Love you guys. Thanks for all you do, and thank you so much for the super chat. And I'm a big pusher. Sound like a drug dealer. I'm a big pusher for the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnis, regardless of how I feel about that story. I know a lot of you want it, and I know a lot of you need it, and it was part of your childhood, and now you got enough money to buy them. So I'm pushing for it. Love the channel. Can't thank you guys enough for keeping me informed of my favorite hobby. Was 100 Bullets Omnibus canceled? No, that's still in the catalog. Thank you, John Carlos, for the super chat. That is still in the catalog, brother. I think it's moved to next year, though. It was originally, I think, supposed to come out in December, but that's been moved to next year. As long as they keep it in the catalog. They take it out of the catalog. Oh, my gosh. What does sus mean? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, suspect. Well, now I'm second guessing myself. It comes from Among Us, right? I don't know. My daughters use it, so I was like, hey, it's a cool way of saying it.
Jason, I always make this connection. First Lorenzo music role I remember was when he did the voice of Garfield in TV cartoons. After the Ghostbusters movies, of course, he took over Bill Murray as Peter Bateman. And after that, Garfield movies were made, which Bill Murray did the voice,
Yeah,
taking over for
yeah.
Lorenzo Music. Funny. Yeah. Well, Lorenzo had
Did
passed
know that.
away by then, too. He was also was he the voice of the dog in Married with Children?
Any news about Dark Horses? I lost it.
I did mention something from Dark Horse. My contact there finally got back to me yesterday. So just quick little summary in case you didn't catch the show earlier. Berserk is going to be forever printed. Like I told my wife.
The year 2050.
Yeah, 2050. They're still going to be making books. So the library editions of Harrow County's Volume 1 and 2, which are currently out of print, are not their focus, is what I was told. They're focusing on the omnibus formats, which for Dark Horse is the softcover editions. So that's the format they're focusing on, and they may revisit reprinting Harrow County Volumes 1 and 2 in library format at a later time. And then Hellsing, they're going to see the sales, but my contact at Dark Horse did tell me if you want Hellsing, you may want to buy it now. And there is a restock coming in January, and that might be the last time they restock it. I'm just telling you exactly what the publisher said. I think there's enough copies, so nobody freak out. Thank you, Omar, for your passionate content and getting me back into comics and introducing me into collected editions. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, brother, for the super chat.
Aww.
I really appreciate it.
Don't you have a overlay? Yeah.
Sure. I can't remember which
awesome.
one of you fools did
awesome.
this. What the hell is wrong with you all? Who made this?
He's so cute. Yeah. Speak up. Whoever made it.
I can't remember who sent this. One of my subscribers emailed me this, and he found it in one of the Facebook groups.
it showed the He-Man. The He-Man outfit.
That's from Taylor.
He-Man and Master of the Universe.
He sent that to me a couple of weeks ago. But this, that takes the cake, man. What? That's...
that's a perfect pose.
Did he wear a suit?
I don't know.
You're getting silly. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, you gotta save it just in case. April 1st.
Ministry of Comics, Daredevil by Charles Soule Omni, please. One day I'm sure we'll get that. I cannot unsee that. Can you do an Avenger? Did I not do Avengers? No, I did JLA. Yes, I can. That would be really fun. I can work on that, man. Alpha Omni confirm. Y'all can screen cap that and share it with whom you want to. For the Solomon Kane Omnibus, are the Savage Sword of Conan issues only to do with Solomon Kane stories, or does it double dip? The only double dipping, I'm sure it's going to happen, but it won't happen for years, is later on in the Savage Sword of Conan magazine, there was a crossover with Solomon Kane where the two meet. So these two Robert E. Howard properties met. But that doesn't happen until like issue 200 and something of Savage Sword of Conan. And I can see those two issues being the only double dip. Everything else is just Solomon Kane. The same thing with the Cole Omnibus that's coming out, that's collected. There is no double dipping with Savage Sword of Conan issues. Just because Savage Sword of Conan magazines were anthologies.
If we don't see that in future breaking news thumbnails, that'll be sus.
What the heck is sus?
Let's see. What's the difference between something? Okay, George said, what is the difference between an omnibus and a compendium? The hardcover/softcover?
That's it, man. You answered your own question. You did my job for me. But yes, that's exactly what it is. Omnibus, 9 times out of 10, there are some companies like IDW and Dark Horse that when they release an omnibus format, it's softcover. So when you're talking about Marvel and DC, those are definitely hardcover omnis and oversized. When you're talking about IDW and Dark Horse and they're using omnibus, they're usually standard size trade paperbacks, just really thick. So keep that in mind. Compendiums are usually used by companies like Image and now DC, which, by the way, Jeff Lemire hinted at Sweet Tooth coming out in a omnibus format, and I got excited because I like, I'm not a big fan of his artwork, but I love that story. And I have the OHCs. And then I saw in the catalog that it's a compendium, so I hope that's not what he meant. Because that sucks if they went from an omnibus to compendium on Sweet Tooth, but whatever. It's their company. They can do whatever they want. Can you do Teen Titans reading order? Yeah, I can work on that, man. Next year, there's going to be a lot. Y'all going to put my ass to work. Part of the reason why I took off old reader, new reader, so I could do a Thor readathon, and I read so much Thor. Holy crap. I forgot how convoluted his story was. I remember talking to you about Donald Blake, and you were like, who's Donald Blake? And I'm like, holy shit, they didn't use Donald Blake in the movies.
Yep, I had no idea. Tim says Omnibus and softcover is sacrilege.
I agree with that.
Why is Image not publishing Omnis?
They do big, tall editions, like for Paper Girls, for pretty much all the Remender stuff. So they have their own thing that they're known for. I don't know why they don't do thick Omnis. I mean, look at Spawn, right? We were supposed to get the hardcovers of the Spawn deluxe editions, and instead we're getting a compendium. That is Todd McFarlane's call. That is not Image call. Hey, Omar, any word on Preacher Volume 2? Yep. Preacher Volume 2 is in the catalog for August of 2021. I can't recall if you discussed the Invincible animated show trailer. I didn't, because Amanda and I were on a break when that dropped, so we didn't get to discuss it. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that. I know my buddy Gabe, who's, I don't know if he's still in the chat or not, he's a huge Invincible fan, and I know he's excited about it. I know I'm excited about the damn cast in that show. It looks freaking awesome. Thank you for the super chat, brother.
Yeah. Xander asks, how soon do you think there will be a Dawn of X Omnibus?
Dude, was it Thanksgiving? I texted David. I'm like, what did you all do? Because I got like 75 messages. Omar, Reign of X has just been announced. Where are the Dawn of X Omnis? And I'm like, what the hell is everybody talking about? I'm trying to eat turkey. So I texted David, and I'm like, did you all announce a Reign of X thing? And he was like, oh, yeah, we made that announcement today. And I'm like, I just have 75 messages in my inbox asking me about a Dawn of X. I don't know yet. I haven't seen any of that. I'm sure what they want to do is probably wait for the sales of the trade paperbacks, which have been selling great. The anthologies have. So I'm sure those will come. I mean, they have to come, right? We're getting an XMen Disassembled OHC, which is hopefully somewhere in my house.
Hey, Omar, is the James Tynion detective run easy to get into similarly to how Snyder's run was? I want to read some more Batman.
Yeah,
sure
yeah. There is some history, but throughout the issues, you get to learn some history. There's a little things that he was forced to tie into, like the Button storyline. But for the most part, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's more, what I like about that run is it focuses less on Batman and Bruce Wayne and more on the Bat family. So you have characters like Orphan, who was my favorite Batgirl, Cassandra Cain. You have Clayface, Azrael, Tim Drake, Robin, who's my favorite Robin, and Batwoman. So you have all these characters that are a part of the Bat family. And I never thought I would care about Clayface, but it's just written so well. And there's a lot of heart that goes into that story. So that's the one that's why I picked that one. It's probably my favorite Batman run in the last 10 years.
Oxmate Pete, who's on his picture? Who is that?
Isn't that the character from what is it? Big Trouble in Little China?
Happy birthday, Melanie. Thanks. And then Omar, is a restock of Uncanny XMen Volume 2 Omni coming?
I'm sure it is. I will double check. I'm going to send an email on Monday. Tim Drake, go back to that. Yeah.
Wait, did you finish the answer?
I'll check on that Monday.
Okay.
Nope. That one right there. Tim Drake is your favorite. Yes, Tim Drake. I'm sorry. Who's your favorite Robin? No, because Nightwing is not Robin. Nightwing is his own man, and he has his own identity. Dick Grayson is the greatest Nightwing. Tim Drake is the greatest Robin. Wait, who else you got? Jason Todd and Damian and Kelly? Come on, man.
I kind of like Damian. He's a punk.
Go away.
Poke me in the eye.
But no, James, you're free to like whomever. Just out of curiosity, though, who is your favorite Robin?
Yeah. Okay, so you are right. That's the spy from Big Trouble, is what Greg Garler says. Awesome movie.
Love that movie.
Henry says Tim Drake. Oops. Stephanie Brown's live. Stephanie Brown is life.
I forgot about Stephanie Brown, but still short-lived Robin. She's a great spoiler and a great Batgirl. But no Cassandra Cain. Damien is superior. I want to apologize. Okay, you don't have to apologize. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. All right, wait. Go back up. Here
you do it.
So James answered with Dick Grayson. I love you after you said Nightwing was one of your favorite comics. Yes. But see, he became his own man. He didn't want to live under the shadow of Batman, even though he can't get away from it.
I love that.
Oh, is Leo in the chat? Is Jack in the chat? Oh, this brings back memory. Ace. Omar, answer my Q&A or Machine Gun Kelly will release the music. Those guys. Did I like New 52 Nightwing? It was okay. People ask me why I didn't put that in my top 10 collected editions coming out in December, and I was just being honest because it was just okay. Well, I'm surprised that is getting an omnibus and not the Chuck Dixon run. But I guess if we get an omnibus of the New 52 Nightwing, that leads directly into the Grayson omnibus. So it had its moments. Oh, dude, right? But before we get a Batman War Games, man, I want a Contagion Legacy omnibus. I so want that because that leads directly into No Man's Land and Cataclysm and I love your channel. Thanks for the vids. Thank you, James, for watching. Much love back to you. Leo and Jack only show up when Amanda's here. I swear. Like they just, yeah. I'm sure they look and they're like, oh, that's not Amanda leaving. Dick Grayson is the best Dick Grayson. How about that?
I'm trying to find that Nightwing.
It's up there.
I couldn't find it. Okay, by Marv Wolfman, the first page of Love and War was very inspirational for me, where Nightwing is thinking on the top of a roof about how he loves Batman. He loves and admires and respects Bruce. Bruce has taught him a lot, but he sure as hell wouldn't want to be. Oops, I'm sorry. He sure as heck wouldn't want to be Batman, and he's got to find out who he is himself. I thought that was very inspirational.
I think that's true, right? Like we there's a lot of people I love and respect, but I wouldn't want to be them. Absolutely. Omar, are you planning on doing an Eternals omnibus overview? Yes, that's one of the packages I'm waiting on. And for some reason, they sent me the art of Adam Kubert instead, which I've already done an overview of like 2 months ago, but that's the printer. What was the very first? What a good question. The first omnibus I ever bought was Uncanny XMen Volume 1, the very first printing. And then I went and said, you know what? I'm just going to get Uncanny X-Men. Then I got New X-Men. I'm like, that's it. I'm just going to get X-Men. But then Amazing Spider-Man was announced. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't get Fantastic Four until the second printing of Fantastic Four. So I didn't have the original Marvel Omnibus printing of Fantastic Four, which looks a lot different than all their other Omnibus spines. And then it was game over after that. It was game over after the glitch, the Amazon glitch of 2010. When I was talking about this to Peter and Reilly yesterday, the great glitch of 2010 when all the Omnis on Amazon were mistakenly priced at $8. And on Barnes & Noble, they were mistakenly priced at $10.98.
Wow.
Now, did they honor it? No. That was on a Saturday. Sunday, everybody got an email. We made a price mistake. I ordered like 15 Omnis. We made a price mistake. Sorry, here's a $25 gift card. And if you know anything about Omar, he's going to complain and complain. And I complain.
Until you get more gift cards.
Well, yeah, they are. I think they offered me like up to $100. They're like, we're sorry about this. You know, this is a big mistake. And I remember one lady that I talked to, and 5 days on the phone. I don't give up. I don't know how. This lady was like making me feel sorry for Amazon. She's like, if we do this, if we honor this for everybody, it's going to break Amazon. I'm like, a multi-million-dollar company. It's going to break. Put your damn supervisor on the phone. Day 5, I talked to the right person, and they were like, well, you're a Prime member. We're going to honor this. Don't tell anybody. So they honored $8 Omnis. Barnes & Noble didn't even
Don't tell anybody. You just told 344 people. 10
years ago. Omar Smith. What's the Spanish version of Karen? Anybody know? Lupe? We got a super chat, but I love sharing that story, man. Are there any comics similar to The Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones? Fantasy, man. I always talk about the Kurt Busiek Wizard book. It's in my top 10 favorite IDW books. There's the Dark Crystal comics from Archaea Studios. The Ring of... Let me show you this, because I have to show the artwork for this. It's on this shelf right here. It's by P. Craig Russell.
What's it called?
The Ring of... I can't pronounce it. Something?
Yeah.
It's a hardcover. Let me show you this book, just because of the artwork. It's one that nobody talks about, but I love it. The Ring of Nibelung. P. Craig Russell, who was one of my favorite writers. Look, it even looks like the Lord of the Rings. Huh? But it's got beautiful fantasy artwork like this. Are there any boobs in there? Did I just show? Nope. Those are mermaids. Their boobs are covered. I love this book. It is still in print. I think there's a soft cover edition.
Yes, look at this beautiful artwork.
You're really pushing it with that damn thing. But this is one of my favorite ones. Ragnarok. If you've not read Ragnarok from IDW.
Definitely, yes. Ragnarok.
You done? Conan and Berserk. So there you go. Conan and Berserk if you've not read those either. Oh, yeah, man. Wait a minute. I agree with your first statement, Gabe. Dick Grayson was the best Batman replacement next to Asbat. Dude, Jean-Paul Valley sucked as Batman.
Keep yawning.
So, do you think they will be releasing an Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5? I mean, when did Volume 4 come out? Last year? If it came out last year, it might be 2022. Who knows? I mean, Spider-Man is getting a celebration next year, too, though. Because we're getting some reprints. So, maybe in 2022.
Ben has a good question, but I think you'll be able to answer it, not me. Happy birthday, Melanie. Favorite Spider-Man story for young readers? My 2-year-old daughter likes the character, but I think she might be a little young for Craven's Last Hunt. Surely, are there small digests?
There's the Marvel Adventures Spider-Man. Those are also really good for kids.
There you go. Dynebree Collectors wants a black costume omnibus before Volume 5.
Oh my gosh, dude. The Road to Venom omnibus, if you will. Or Aliens costume saga. Yes. Jean-Paul Valley's supposed to suck as Batman from Hip Hop Happens right there. Great character. Dude, probably hands down to me, and I'm sure Gabe can agree with me, and some of y'all, greatest costume in the history of Batman. Right? Not the Asbat outfit, but the Azrael outfit with the hood and the blades with the flaming. Oh my gosh. A 90s kid? I was all over that. I was like, who's that guy? Sort of Azrael #1, Joe Quesada. Dennis O'Neil. Oh my gosh, dude, that thing was awesome. He was just jumping out. I didn't even know what the hell the story was about. I didn't know that character was going to be important. Omar, in my opinion, how many omnibus would it take to do a complete chronological set of Superman omnibus from Crisis on Infinite Earths to Infinite Quad?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Count that in your head right now.
Okay, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's go. How about this? If they do the triangle years, I mean, we're talking about 4 comics a month, plus annuals, plus specials, plus miniseries. Let's go from Christ, because it's going to take me a long time. So I can't think. I'm sorry, I can't answer this fully.
Yeah.
So let's do Man of Post Crisis on Infinite Earths to Death and Return of Superman, which we already have an omnibus of. I think there will be a total of 4. You have the Man of Steel stuff, and I'm also including Exile in there because we need an omnibus in between. So 5. If we're including Exile, then 5 is definitely in there. 5 omnis between Crisis and Death and Return, because you would need the Man of Steel years, and then you need the Triangle year stuff that leads. I mean, that's at least 2 omnis that lead directly into Exile, and then Panic in the Sky stuff. Sorry, it took me a little bit to think about how many in between Death all the way into.
I don't think you should apologize. Okay. I'm living and working in Germany in one city from Siegfried from
where this story comes in.
Nibelgun comes. It's amazing how much these mythos had on Tolkien work.
And for anybody that hasn't read this book is freaking beautiful.
Cool.
Matt Simpson, what's up, buddy? Long time no chat. Have you read The Last Ronin? I've only read the first issue, which I'm sure everybody else has because that's the only one that's out. What can you make of it? I like it. I want more, but I think the next issue is pushed back until next year. What are annuals? Annuals were a way for comic book companies to get extra stories out there. So let's just use the case of Uncanny XMen and Batman. If Batman and Uncanny XMen had 12 issues a year, one issue a month, and the writer wanted to tell more stories, and the company knew that they would make more money, then an annual was released every year. So like in 1995, there was an annual of Uncanny X-Men. And usually these were done in chronological order. Like everybody considers Giant Size X-Men #1 to be the first annual. Giant Size X-Men 2 was a reprint of other stuff. And then Giant Size 3 was what's Akron's storyline with Storm. But anyway, and then that became annuals. So every year they would release one oversized book, about 64 pages, with a main story and then a couple of backup stories. And then sometimes there were crossovers between these annuals, like Atlantis Attacks, the Evolutionary War, or even between the small groups. Like Avengers had a Kang Dynasty annual crossover. X-Men had the Days of Future Present crossover. So that's what annuals are. Oh, I haven't forgotten, Grider. I didn't forget. I included those, the triangle years. Yeah, because then you had 4 books a month.
Do you have a template for how you can play in haggle? Louise is asking. I would like to be your Padawan.
Do I have a template? Not really. I just don't back down. And, I mean, eventually, if somebody says no, of course, I respect that. But if I go to conventions, that's the best. That's the best way to practice your haggling skills. You go to a con, like what's his name, Mac haggling over a pair. I'll give you a dime. Always Sunny. God, I love that show.
Random question: how difficult are the licensing issues surrounding a title like ROM Space Knight to get a run in omnibus form?
Licensing rights are so difficult that David doesn't even get involved. That's all the Marvel lawyers. That's it. So him and his group have nothing to do with it, because I know there's a lot of books that he wants that are no longer licensed by Marvel. One of the biggest examples of that right now is Red Sonja. She is licensed over to Dynamite. She can only appear in Conan books that she's in. But if there's a crossover with her own book, they can't reprint that issue. It's weird.
Why didn't Marvel announce the Death of Cap reprint?
Because it may not come. We don't know if it's coming or not yet. But we'll have a new list sometime this year. Or this year. Oh, I can say this year because the year's almost up. In December, I'll have another list of stuff.
Melanie, did Omar haggle on your first date?
I may have used the coupon.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I did. Did.
It's putt-putt golf and just walk
haggle
around.
For a kiss.
You went to a bar. Yeah.
Wolverine. Who would win a fight, Wolverine or Freddy Krueger? Wolverine, man. Could we ever get another jeez, man. Are those two even talking to each other anymore? Hopefully one day we will. Omar, this from Dean. We seriously need the continuation of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man 1990 OHC and Omnibus format. I mean, there are 98 issues in that series. I know Todd McFarlane wasn't involved after that. You're talking about the issues in between the Eric Larson Omnibus and the, the Clone Saga? No, not Eric Larson. I'm sorry, Spider-Man versus Venom in the Clone Saga. Yeah, we need a David Michelinie and Mark Bagley Omnibus.
Okay. Are you and Amanda doing any more? Was it any good streams? Mrs. Amanda, brief overviews of films.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. She's taking a little break right now. She's doing old reader, new reader with us, but yeah, we've talked about it. So we will come back.
Bye, JT.
Be good, JT.
And will the Mighty Thor Volume #1 be reprinted from Journey into Mystery number 83?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it'll be a reprint. Is just that it'll be the exact same material.
Who would win in a fight, Mothra or Vampirella?
What the heck?
That's a really random pair up.
Vampirella. Mothra's always getting his butt whooped. Vampirella.
Are we having any more Golden Age Omnibus?
Yeah, there's a couple in for next year. I've announced them on the channel. I think Batman is getting one and Wonder Woman.
Professor Flex. What Mothra? Oh, are you asking what is Mothra, or
No.
saying that
Mothra would win.
Okay.
What's the next
Mothra
plan?
all day. People are voting for Mothra.
Really? Mothra over Vampirella?
Bye, Justin.
Be good, Justin. Honestly, I think the next reading order, somebody was asking, is between, oh my gosh, I think it was between Booster Gold or Exiles. I wanted to do something I could take a break and breathe a little bit, because these long reading orders like Thor, I really got to invest in, and I needed something easier this month before going into next year. So it's between Exiles and Booster Gold. And then eventually next year there's going to be some big ones like Superman, XMen, and SpiderMan. Those are ones our patrons can vote for. And at this time, I just want to remind everybody to also check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, where you can get the books up to 50% off. Right now, they're having a Thanksgiving sale. I guess it's the post-Thanksgiving sale. So go and check them out and tell them your mint condition sent you their way for, as long as you're in the continental United States, you get free shipping on your next order.
Okay, so apparently Mothra is hotter than Vampirella. And what's your favorite Daredevil run? John Carlos wants to know.
Oh, whew.
I mean, I know your favorite story. Is it considered a run?
I mean, Frank Miller's run was phenomenal, but I really like Daredevil has had some consistent, solid runs from Miller. Kevin Smith's run I'm a big fan of. Bendis, Brubaker, Mark Waid, Charles Soule, Zdarsky. I didn't mean to skip Diggle, because Diggle actually had some good things in there, even though people probably think of Shadowland when they think of Andy Diggle. And DeSantis' run is solid, too. I'm going to go with Miller. Yeah, Miller's run is phenomenal. There's more Duck Comics collections by other authors than Carl Barks and Don Rosa. Yep. And they're all being printed now by Fantagraphics in individual hardcovers or in box sets. They're called the Masters of Disney.
Cool. Let's see. We need Soul Daredevil Omni.
That's the second time I've seen that today. We need a lot of them. I mean, Daredevil has had Dennis O'Neil. I like D.G. Chichester. Somebody was telling me how to pronounce that. Chichester? If somebody's here from, I think, England, please let me know. Omar, is there a legal situation around the original Eclipse colors for Miracle Man and Marvel Man? I want to see those in the Omni. I don't know how they're going to do that. They didn't even finish the hardcovers, did they? I don't think they even finished the hardcovers of that stuff.
Spoonful of Brody. Watching NSC live stream is the perfect thing to do. I'll wait for my Popeyes DoorDash order.
Oh, I'm jealous. You get Popeyes? We don't have Popeyes around here, man.
Let's see. Jesse, say what? Hi.
What's up, Jesse?
Still going strong.
Is it almost 2 hours? We're almost at the... Okay, yeah, here we go. Almost at the 2 hour mark. Chichester. Chichester.
There you go. Okay, Mighty Silverback asks, any word on Doctor Strange Volume 3 or on how well 1 and 2 did?
I'm thinking for Volume 3, they'll wait for a movie announcement when that comes out. The Madness, Multiverse Madness, whatever that's called.
Frederick, hello from Canada. Have you ever seen Diablo graphic novels? Such an interesting lore and story. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you. No, I haven't. I've seen the Witcher graphic novels, which are based on the books, but I have not seen Diablo.
What? Okay, Wesley says, I thought we were talking about Mothra from Godzilla.
Aren't we talking about Mothra?
Is there another Mothra? I think we are, right?
Is there another Mothra?
Jokes just about Mothra being hotter.
Hotter than Vampire? Have you all seen the way that woman dresses?
That's what Ace said.
Okay, Mothra's got 2 little twins with them. Mothra's got 2 twins, but he ain't got nothing on Vampy.
Listening to you try to speak with a British accent is hilarious.
I don't do accents well.
Aw, thanks, Hayden. Uncanny Omar may not talk pretty one day, but he and Melanie sure do look pretty today.
Oh, thank you, Hayden. That you get a slide that you liked Alien 3 more than Aliens. I'll let that slide today. Oh, go to Sorrow, because this is the second time he's asked that. Maybe more than 2. Any news from your DH contact involving the Gantz series? Is the Omnibus on hiatus right now? My contact is so overwhelmed because they are down to 2 people at Dark Horse. and they are doing everything. That's why they can't send me advanced books, and I feel really bad for them. I will ask about that and the MD. What was it? The Kurosaki Corp Delivery Corp Service Volume 5 that is out of the catalog now. Omar, would you agree it would only take 7 to 8 Omnibus each for Flash and Wonder Woman from Crisis on Infinite Earths to Infinite Crisis, and you all hit that like button? My parents. No. Oh, shoot.
Did you just whisper my parents?
No, I'm thinking.
Yeah, but
Because if we're looking at George Perez and we're including War of the Gods, that's 3 right there. We have the John Byrne run, that's 1, 4. And then we look at the Greg Rucka stuff, that's 5. Phil Jimenez, 6. Mike Deodato, and William Messer Loebs, 7. John Byrne did it. 8. 8 for Wonder Woman. 9 to play it safe, and 9 for Flash as well. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I agree.
Ryan Blue Thunder, I came in a bit late. Did I miss any Dynamite news? The boys.
The news about that is that they are going to move forward with it. They were happy with what the information I shared with them, with you all, with the poll. And they might have to wait until The Boys season 3 to make a formal announcement. But I will let you all know. But they are going to move forward with it.
Okay, so I missed this. Bobby says his favorite takeaway from Omar this week was the international symbol for curve. It's her Omar hand gesture. I saw in the comments, but I didn't see in the video.
In the video, I don't know. I was talking about the curve of the spine or something. No, I made a ridiculous thing. I don't know what the hell. I don't know hand.
I don't know. The little emojis going like that.
No, I didn't. I went like this or like that. I don't.
Oh,
I just making stuff up.
See. Okay. I might have missed the answer, but if Lazarus trade paperbacks also collect the world building material, just story.
Oh, I don't. Oh, it's just the story, because I know Amanda had the trades and she upgraded to the hardcovers because of that, because they didn't collect the world building stuff.
Okay, we got 3 more minutes.
Okay, boss.
I was just giving you a heads up. Hitvan says, speaking of Godzilla Rulers of Earth from IDW is the best Godzilla story ever. Do you agree or disagree?
Is that the James Stocco story? It's the one I just picked up. I love that story. Best Godzilla story, huh? It is solid. I do like that one. I don't have a lot of Godzilla. I used to have all the Dark Horse collections, like the little books, but I got rid of those. Gotta, sell books to make room for more books. Omar, seriously, please make X-Men Fall the Mutants Omnibus reprint. Do your magic, haggle, David. Right now, I'm trying to see if I can get a little more issues added to X Factor and change that a little bit without taking away the name Peter David. So I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see.
Speaking of Peter David.
Hulk Omnis, do you think the first 4 volumes will wrap up his original run, the 5th collecting all his newer stuff? And do you think they will include Joe Casey's short run? I don't know what they will include. He said there's going to be 5 is what they're looking at. So maybe the 4 will wrap up his original run, and 5 will be his other stuff like Tempest Fugit and all that stuff that he did afterwards.
Okay, Brian says, tell David everyone will buy him a beer.
Y'all gonna get that man super drunk.
Of beer. Let's see. One more day should be Raycon, but will it ever happen?
Isn't that what I don't want to spoil what's going on in the pages of Nick Spencer's run. I agree, though. I'm not a fan of...
Hey, look, there's Jack!
Jack, what are you talking about? Do you know if Gail Simone's Secret Six will get an Omni? I don't know. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat, but I don't know. I wish it would. That and her Birds of Prey run. I mean, we got Wonder Woman, so it's a start.
Martian Pilgrim says, what? Let's support our subs away from 35K. Sweet.
Any
plans for a mini giveaway when you hit 35K? Whew, that was a lot of work.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you what, though. I accidentally ordered some books that Omar already owns because I looked in the wrong place. So for Queen and Country, and I'm like, we should just do a giveaway, right?
Well, like
Yeah,
that
closer
story.
to Christmas, and yeah. So I picked. He likes it. My sense is correct, and I looked in the wrong spot. There's
You
a
should've looked
favorite
over
spot.
there.
There's a favorite spot. And I didn't look at the favorite spot. So actually, I think it's the first time it's happened that I buy something you already own. So
Yeah, hey, but good choice
yeah,
though.
yeah.
You guys need to watch Raising Dion. I watched the first episode. That's the one by Michael B. Jordan, right? Yeah. Yeah, Gail Simone's Wonder Woman is out of print right now. But they've done some stealth reprints recently of JSA. I mean, that took everybody by surprise.
So it's 1 o'clock.
Brett, I don't know the answer to that yet about the Dawn of X getting any OHCs in the near future, but as soon as I find out, I will let you know. Would you rather be recruited to be an Avenger or the Justice League?
That's a good question.
I would rather be recruited by Professor Charles Xavier to go and mop up the X Mansion. By the way, I've been to the X Mansion in the movies in Canada when I was working in Toronto. We went to that castle, the mansion. Shut
no,
up.
it really. Are you mad at Al for me?
Both of you.
No, that is really cool. It's gorgeous inside, isn't it?
What's up, Tobias? Hope you got your book already, brother. So, the Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 1 limited edition hardcover is getting a reprint to make up for the 600 that they should have printed the first time around. And they're reprinting Volumes 2 and 3 as well, is what I heard. So, this is really weird. This is where copyrights are a freaking mess. Dark Horse can still print the black and white original Usagi Yojimbo as long as it's not owned by Fantagraphics. IDW can print the color versions of the black and white artwork. Copyrights, man.
You need to do an Alf YouTube channel, Melanie. Mega stream Cersei by Alf. Yeah. So how many more? What? This is quote hands. One more question are you going to do?
I'm going to do 2 more questions.
Okay.
One from my buddy Hayden. Do you think if the hype from WandaVision is big enough, we could get a Scarlet Witch Vision Omni collecting all their joint and solo? I would love the James Robinson Scarlet Witch collected and the Vision and Scarlet Witch mini or maxi series, I guess.
Last one.
And the last question. Okay. For a first-time reader, should I pick up Captain America by Brubaker or Remender Omni? Remender will be all in one. Captain America, you'll need 5 Omnis. So I like Ed Brubaker's run better, but if you want to be a little on the safe side, only buy 1 book, then get the Remender run. I like the Remender run, but I know some people don't. Dimension traveling is not for everybody, but Brubaker, to me, it was a better story.
We'll do that last.
Okay. Why don't you read this one, baby?
When I stumbled upon your channel, I was in a bad place in my life. And believe it or not, this channel changed so much for me. Can't say thank you enough. You are welcome.
Yes.
This is not demeaning your thanks. I just want to have Alf say you're welcome. You're welcome.
Really? That's how we're going to end this. Oh, we got a super chat. So I got to answer this one. Omar, Godzilla versus Incredible Hulk. Who wins? Oh, God bless. Godzilla. Classic Toho. Godzilla. Not the new stuff. Maybe Ando's Godzilla. But that's it, everybody. Please stay healthy out there. Stay safe. Much love to everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Without Alf.
Old reader, new
reader.
reader.
Go cry now.
Old reader, new reader on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Monday, I'll be going over the solicitations for March from Marvel. So all of you have a wonderful, amazing weekend.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
I'll catch you all on the flippity flip.